At 10 o'clock, call the Douglas County Parks Department Advisory Board meeting together. Roll call, let's see. Gina?
Present.
Phil?
Here.
Troy? Craig?
Here.
And myself, so we do have a quorum. Okay? Just want you there. Asking for approval of the minutes. You all got those in advance, had a chance to read them.
I'll make a motion for approval of the minutes.
Second.
Motion made and second for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Minutes approved. Let's review the agenda. Okay, new business. Talking about adopting a park. See the disc golf proposal, local government grant, good. And Parks Advisory Board candidate review, great. Want to start with the first one?
The first one in front of you is an adopt park application for O.C. Brown.
10 o'clock.
Oh, on a delay. I'm sorry. Kylie's a teacher at Applied School. And her and that group would like to maintain the softball field at the park.
If you're playing the YouTube on here, I can't do that because I'm getting feedback.
Okay, so how do I let them listen in on the Zoom? Just turn the audio off?
Don't do Zoom. You should only have a Teams meeting set up, heads up. And we can discuss that after, but that YouTube has to be shut down.
Zoom.
Or the Zoom, because I'm getting too much feedback.
That's new.
So we'll just start having that link instead of the Zoom meeting link.
Shut the audio off. Anyway, Kylie's she's a school teacher in Glide, and she was given an opportunity to attend today and make her case, and she's obviously in school today and couldn't attend, and but she did provide us the second day. We have the adopt a park application she turns in, and then behind that, in lieu of her attending today, she gave us a detailed
Pretty well written proposal.
Yeah, no, and this is exactly the kind of person that we want
Yeah.
adopt in the park, and it's exactly the kind of person we're looking for, so I appreciate her proposal. I agree with everything that she's asking to do out there, and we will support her as best we can.
Yeah, I would say, I know that Clyde is pretty stretched thin for practice space between all the T-ball and then the high school teams and everything else, so I know there's a true need too. They really need an extra space to be able to practice, especially the softball side, we just don't have enough fields. So I think it's a great idea.
Okay? That's an action item, we can vote on that.
Sure, okay, yeah. Okay.
The next item is a disc golf course proposal for Pickett Park, and Steve Wright has approached us about doing this, and he's here today, and I'd like him to step up and state your name and where you're from, and tell us what you wanna do.
Well, greetings. My name is Steve Wright, 72 years old, lived here over 50 years now, worked at the mill for about 35, did all that stint. During all that time though, I got into Frisbee golf back in 1985. And then all of a sudden the Frisbees, the discs, they turned into discs, they went further and that whole spiel. So at any rate, been doing this a long time. I've developed a lot of courses, got 10 acres, I have my own private course. I actually designed the first Whistler's Bend 18 holes at Whistler's Bend. That's over 30 years old now. I know you know how popular that is, especially with the disc golf side of it, and camping, of course. But at any rate, I built the riverfront course, the city park there by the VA. I designed that back in the early nineties, a long time ago. Just recently did the mill site course down in Myrtle Creek, put that one in. So I've been all over this area a lot. Look, you know, used to drive the wife and the kids crazy. They say, "Is that all you ever think about?" I go, "Wow, that'd make a good disc golf hole." At any rate, I know Pickett Park, started to call it Canyonville Park, but at any rate, I've known Pickett Park better in the back of my hand as far as throwing frisbees and stuff. I've seen it go through a lot of changes. We still have the fishermen, the boat ramp down there, and that's kind of in its own area. The top part where the woods are, it's kind of been the same forever. I mean, for a long time. The new bathroom up there is huge. That's really a plus, especially the fishermen love it, believe us. One of the problems we have there now, I don't know how many of you have been through there lately or have heard any reports, and this is happening a lot, unfortunately, is we're having people who aren't doing so well. They're driving their truck and their trailers, their RVs, and they're staying there all day. Okay, and they're going one side, and then they'll move it 10 foot to say, well, we're not camping. So that's what's going on there now, and there's quite a bit of it. It's kind of sad, really, because other people I've seen, they go there and then they go out to recreate, and then it's all of a sudden, man, you know what? They just got up and left because they didn't, you know, because they're leaving trash on the ground. I don't want to badmouth people, but it's kind of it's an eyesore going on there right now. Okay, the beauty of disc golf is we tend to police our courses after a while in a good way. You know, we put it bluntly, we run off riffraff, uncool people. You know, we tell, hey, do it right or please leave. Go do something else. So I could see that happening at a place like Pickett Park. It's not a great big park, obviously, it's real small. My main idea there would be just a 6-hole design with short holes, nothing real long, but what it could do, it could create a place for the youth to learn the game, just, you know, more places to play. But I don't know, Mark could probably back me up as far as people wanting to play disc golf court. They're always wanting to play. I mean, it's a rapidly growing sport. It's you know, real popular. So at any rate, I'm just trying to plant the seed. As far as funding, we have private donors, we have some individuals, we've bought in baskets and donated to the course ourselves. I don't know, as far as advertising, signs, that's always a touchy situation, but at Millsite, we actually had people sponsor the basket, and then they had their logo on the sign, you know. I know that's a whole another can of worms. But at any rate, I'd just like to propose just the idea, the thought of putting one in there. It would, at this point, it would be no expense to the county at all. And even the work putting it in would be all volunteer from all the diehard disc golfers in the area. And just you know, just see what happens, you know. Because the land, it doesn't really get used for, you know, for much at all. The 2 tables that have been put in there, they get used, but again, it's usually these people with the RV or this other people come in with a truck and a couple trailers and they let their dogs run loose. And there's, you know, they don't use the dog bags, so it's kind of sad right now. You know, again, not to try to play on that. You know, the disc golf course is, you know, would be a good thing. I really think it would be.
Social issues you're alluding to, we have that problem.
Right.
Particularly the
I
day use
can
spots
imagine,
that
yeah.
don't have a camp host or staff. or
Right.
anything.
As far as the design, you know, again, I've been there so many times. The design is very safe. It's away from the bathroom. It doesn't go into the private property. I know the lady that has all the property around there real well. And we've always played away to where our backs are towards her fence, so we're shooting, you know, not towards her property. A lot of thought's gone into it over, you know, last 20, 30 years actually. But at any rate, just wanted to plant the seed and just see what happens.
I had just a couple quick questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
Do you have kind of in your mind an idea of how much it would cost or what investment you would have in it?
Well, there's different levels. We started out with the riverfront course by the VA with just wooden posts in the ground. And we got those actually, well, back then they had some kind of a program the city did where if you volunteered, and they bought the $15 treated posts, put in the ground, and we just put a black band around them. And you hit the band and above, and that's the target. that's always viable. Peeler course from the mill, we've even done that on some of the temporary courses I put in. Just a little post in the ground and you just hit the piece of wood and that's it. The tee pads don't need concrete, don't need to go all out. This is a really small area.
Okay.
And it's basically just for, it's newbie friendly, kind of beginner friendly. You know, for the pros, the diehard disc golfers, they'll bring their putters or their mid-range, practice on their short shots, you know, and approach shots. But some of the people go out there and it'll be a challenge, you know, and can't say enough about the sport. I mean, it's, we're getting involved in schools now. We're starting to, you know, a good buddy of mine, Mark knows Scott Withers. He's been a real valuable asset to the disc golf community down here. Through all sorts of different ways, you know, trying to get the youth, because that's the future of any sports, the youth. So
Sure.
that's my goal, is to get the kids into it and do clinics and stuff like that.
Just based on your previous experience, how many additional people do you think it would bring into the park, say, like on a week?
Oh, gosh. This kind of weather right now, there'd probably be a few people down there playing right now. I know several people live right there in Canyonville that would go there.
Like half a dozen a week?
Oh, yeah. And here, and again, the beauty of disc golf, when we bring it in like Whistler's Bend, that's my pride and joy there. But that's, I don't know if you're aware how popular disc golf is at Whistler's Bend.
It's huge.
It's, I don't wanna say international, but it's close. I'm sure, I know there's people in Sweden, cause I know some people personally that have played Whistler's Bend and talk of it highly. And they've got beautiful courses over there, I'll tell you what. But at any rate, what it does, it brings people to the community. I get on the media, you know, all the internet stuff, say, hey, got a new course down Canyonville, you guys gotta stop. Within an hour, you're off I-5, you're on the course, it's only a mile or two off I-5. You stop in, you get something to eat, you're spending money from out of town, you know, I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah,
Cause it happens now at Millsite. I say,
any of that we can get is always good.
yeah, and that's been a good selling point, you know, trying to promote the sport and say, it's not just hippies throwing frisbees in the park anymore. It's, I mean, we've got lawyers, bankers, cops, everybody plays this game. It's huge. It's, you know, I wish I wasn't so darn old, you know, I can't play as much anymore, my own knee, no cartilage in there anymore. It's like,
That's why you need Pickett Park and not
yeah,
Whistler.
yeah, see, it's a
It's
private
short.
little,
It's flat.
thing here. No.
Short one, yeah.
I've got my own course, I walk out and I can throw any time, but this mainly for the kids and the new people, that's my goal. When I put in the last course at Millsite, I made sure that people that we worked with, they were saying, oh, let's put it here, you guys are just thinking of your game. Think of the guy, he's just got his brand new disc, a dad and his kid, they've never played before, one of the beauties of disc golf, the whole family can go out and play. So they go out, that's too hard for them, let's put something in so they can play it and have fun.
Have a
you know,
novice
enjoy
course.
it. And then go to Whistler's and get your
Get good.
scorecard handed to you and you wanna rip it up sometimes, you know, so. But at any rate, yeah, any questions on any of it,
A couple for you, Steve. Is there any disc golf courses in South County?
just Millsite,
Hillside, I'm not familiar.
Myrtle Creek, Yeah.
Downtown Myrtle Creek.
yeah, it's right
There used to
there.
be a mill there. That's what
Yeah,
they call it, mill
exactly,
site.
yeah, it used to be a pond in the back, bunch of cottonwood trees, we have it. That was, at the start of homeless camps, and when I sat down with the people there, I just showed pictures of, okay, this is what you got now. Blackberries and just all kinds of ugly stuff. And then you show a picture of a kid putting in a nice park, you know, this is what you could have, and this is what we have now at Millsite. You know, it's a beautiful park, right off I-5, I get calls, people from Sacramento, San Francisco, LA, Portland, hey, Yost, nickname, I'm heading down it, somebody said I gotta stop at Millsite, if you don't, you're crazy, if you like disc golf, you gotta stop, you know? So at any rate, I'd do the same for Pickett Park, and they'd say, you made me drive all the way out there for 6 holes. I said, well, go on your way to Whistler's, just go play Whistler's, now you're warmed up for Whistler's.
Yeah.
At any rate,
Are you proposing to put in steel baskets?
I think eventually that would be the goal, cause those are great when,
It's the standard.
yeah, when you don't have to bend over and pick up your putt after hitting it, you know?
So what are you gonna do initially?
I don't know, it would be up to whatever we could work out arrangements. Like I say, we could get one in there initially, just putting posts in the ground. And that's just a matter of digging holes, finding places.
What's it gonna take to put in the steel baskets? What are they, about 1,500 a piece?
Oh, no. It depends. There's different levels. Some of them have single chains, double chains. I wouldn't go really high-end value out there. You can get them about $250 a piece.
Yeah, that's not what we have at Whistler.
No. We got some beauties at Whistler's.
Alright.
You know, Discraft and Scotty and those guys, they stood up to the plate on that one. Knocked it out of the park, man. I'm telling you.
My suggestion would be we just do it right from the get-go.
I would like to do that, yeah.
Set them in concrete with a lock at the bottom.
Yeah.
As we discussed,
Well-
the issue of theft.
And here's the
Take
thing.
disc golf basket.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing with the locks, that's great at Whistler's because we have different placements, different holes we like to play. So, but pick it, you're limited there.
Permanent.
Yeah,
It's
I
well
would,
Treated
So
I
we
would just
set
put them in the
concrete.
ground and we've even done some, we had a course at Green Oaks, which used to be a Doug County park years ago. They're in the Green District.
Yeah.
And the Lions Club, Sid Tolino, all those guys from the Lions Club helped us do that, but when we put the anchor in the ground, the collar, we put rebar in there sideways and put rebar in the middle of the pipe. So if you're gonna try to cut that, good luck, you can be sewing it for a long time. But anyway, there's ways, I would just anchor it, make them permanent. What I would suggest though, really is, if we're given permission to go down there and play, we could bring portable baskets, have an event there, say, okay, this is like a break-in, a trial ground, okay? Then I could get all levels of play there and then set up some portable baskets and then play the court and then kind of see how it plays. Cause you might think by design, well, maybe we better move it over this way just a little bit more because, your average shots are going too far this way or that way. I mean, that's a thought too. Finish the design, of course, before you plant them in the ground all the way.
Sure.
But yeah, I like the idea of going right to the start, just putting them in the ground. And I don't really, I've never heard too much about people stealing baskets. You don't hear about it much, and I've got contacts all over the whole US and it doesn't really, it does happen.
We haven't had any stolen at Whistler.
No.
What we have happened there is, as far as we could tell, someone that probably weighed close to 300 pounds jumped up on top of two of them and
Yeah,
the crap
yeah,
out
they've
of them.
been bent before, some big boys
I
or
couldn't-
something, yeah.
I couldn't physically move them myself, and
No.
someone really made some effort to destroy those baskets.
No, they're pretty durable for the most part, and,
Excellent.
So we're gonna circle back to this and we'll have a vote. Sure.
okay,
And we may have some follow-up questions when we get to that.
okay, should I just hang out, or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, sure,
Just-
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have,
Pleasure.
Item 3 is the local government grant program.
yeah, so the local government grant program is open through June 5th. The acceptable grants are to fund assistance for outdoor park and rec areas and facilities, acquisition of park property, bicycle, pedestrian, recreation, transportation trails, and non-motorized water-based recreation. So there's a number of projects we could pursue funding for, and I'm looking for your input. I've attached our current 5-year capital improvement plan for reference. While the PAB may have other ideas as to what to pursue, I'm going to start the discussion by proposing that we place vault toilets at 5 of our parks that are listed on the deferred maintenance spreadsheet that's attached. And subsequent to that, after I put the agenda together, on the new park amenities, currently we have a rented porta potty out at Cabot Creek. And I'd like to consider putting in a vault toilet in there as part of this package. 5 vault toilets to be replaced are at Mac Brown, James Wood, Narrows, Long Fiber, and North Myrtle Creek. These are what staff affectionately refer to as the green bean restrooms. They're horrible. They're not ADA accessible, they're not what I really wanna be associated with, but it's what I got.
Well, I personally, I think that, I don't know how hard, when they're looking at a grant, they look at what you're doing with it, but I think not being ADA compliant to me is a big deal.
That's an easy sell point.
I think that's an easy sell point. I think that's pretty low hanging fruit, and I trust your judgment on where we need to prioritize dollars. I like the idea of a River Forks dog park and trails, because I like the River Forks Park. I like to take my dog there. Would like to take my dog there. That's where I take my granddaughter when we go to the park, because to be frank, I don't like to go to many of the parks in the city. Just because of some of the homeless issues.
Yeah.
And River Forks was just too far for them to get, so it seems to work out better.
I'm just passing out River Forks Dog Park concept and the trails idea. I actually applied for a grant for this last year and it narrowly missed out on funding. I always revisit it. I will say the dog park was initially proposed to go in on that big field to your left as you go in there. And last March, there was a field.
Yeah, there was.
So you'll see on the River Parks trail map, we're putting it behind the inclusive playground area where the giant nutcracker goes.
Yeah.
And it kind of ties in with the trail system and walk your dog around the trail system. The blue is existing, and then with some new trail construction, we can link that up and then make a loop. And currently that's a pea gravel surface that varies from 3 to 5 feet. And it's switch that over to a pavement, be more accessible for people. And I think, if not this round, that's a great project.
Yeah.
To Phil's point, as I look at deferred maintenance versus new amenities, I personally feel like we need to get after the deferred maintenance items first.
I agree.
And I think that's probably got a very good chance. I mean, when I presented for the Whistler Bend projects, the pictures of those restrooms to sell the project. I mean, people can't believe we have those.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I've got.
Well, it's true. I mean, I just went to the River Forks Park week before last, I think, and took my granddaughter around there. Was excited to see the helicopter repainted and put back, and because I had pictures of her when she was 2, and the helicopter before got repainted, and that park is looking really good. It's great.
Plans to make it better. I will say when we first pulled the helicopter out of Stanton, when we were starting the Stanton remodel, I got so many calls about, where's the helicopter? And we had a local contractor that, like you, Phil, he grew up, remembers it fondly, his kids use it now, and he stepped up and we delivered the helicopters to him, and he sandblasted and powder coated them for $1,500.
That's pretty awesome.
Which is,
It's amazing.
he's not making any money doing that.
No.
That's a great effort, and we've got them both installed now. We moved the one at Stanton, it was kind of out by itself, and we expanded the playground and put in the rubber matting, and it's sitting in the middle of the.
That's awesome.
It looks
I'll
really
have to get down there and check that out. My granddaughter down there, grandson.
Can I ask a question on that real quick? Do you have a time when Stanton will be open again?
The upper campground, we're gonna start landscaping, the construction is complete, landscaping starts next week. And hoping to have it open by Memorial Day, shortly thereafter. And the lower campground, we're hoping to have open by July 15th at the latest.
Playground will be right around that time.
Yeah, the playground's complete, we're just keeping people out right now,
Yeah, I
there's a
know.
lot of tripping hazards and other stuff, and and ensure that it's safe for the public to enter. So right now, we're only allowing river access for some fishermen to go fish in that fishing hole.
The helicopter there, it brings back a lot of, my kids used to play on that one too, so.
Well,
We were the same thing. Where'd the helicopter go? All my friends,
Yeah.
where'd the helicopter go?
Well, if you haven't seen it, you'll be impressed.
You'll like
with
it.
what we
It
do
looks
there.
I can't wait, yeah.
We also, the individual also, it didn't meet today's playground safety standards for entrapment, so we had to put in some metal tubing to close off some holes that were too big.
Okay.
Kids can get their heads stuck. So he
I was
fixed
having
all
weeded
that
this
up.
out when we were kids.
What's that?
You got trapped and killed in the playground, you weren't supposed to make it. Just survival of the fittest back in the day.
I certainly wasn't gonna be the park director that killed the helicopter.
Yeah, don't do that.
And then just looking at real quick on the deferred maintenance and new park amenities. On the deferred maintenance, you got Cooper Creek and Umpqua Landing, those are all, well, Umpqua Landing's done and Cooper Creek is gonna be taken care of this spring. I'll get into that in my update. And then on the new park amenities, Stanton Phase 3 is underway, and Ben Irving, we're gonna take care of that this spring. So you got the boat ramp, and before you get to the boat ramp, there's a day use area.
Yeah.
And it's a steep gravel road and a gravel parking lot, we're gonna pave all of that,
Oh, good.
and that'll be nice. And then I added in the Cabot Creek restroom, because it's a porta potty, but Dave Davis is our Adopt a Park volunteer for that park, and he's done a terrific job cleaning up that park, and we've been providing him help. And we recently had one of the Glide schools do a tree plant there that he helped organize. And so that park's really starting to come back in terms of cleaning it up. And I wanna help the community and
Yeah.
by putting in a functional Volt toilet. It's not a lot to ask. It kinda looks, to me, stupid to go by a park and there's a porta potty there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's why I threw it into the mix. I also think if I'm going out to get 6 volt toilets, I'll probably get a better pricing than just trying to tackle it individually.
And hold up on the candidate review, or they're not here, are they coming?
No.
No.
No. I just wanted to get that out in front of you. We have 2 vacancies, an at-large position and a coast position. We've struggled to find someone from the coast. And so we have 4 inland candidates that we're looking to fill the coast position and the inland position. And there for your consideration. Ultimately, the commissioners will make a decision. Just running through them, I think 2 that kind of just came to mind, just doing some background checks on them. Maybe you guys know some of these people, but I thought Becky was a really good candidate, and Maureen Bonds, who's a tree farmer of the year in 21, so I kind of got an affinity for people that manage timberlands.
Well, I know her as well.
What do you do?
Yeah, I know her pretty well.
Okay.
She would be good.
Okay. Do you know any of the other individuals?
I don't. The name sounded familiar. I didn't know if I saw her, but her name
Yeah,
sounds familiar.
and she's been involved in a lot of things, and then her partner Phil is on the transportation district too. So
She's, I think she's on the Optimus
Roseford
and
Optimist, yeah.
local insurance agent. And that's just an informational item, just wanted to give you an update of where we are in that, and I'm hoping we can have 2 new members join us at our June meeting.
Yeah, they all look well qualified. I mean, I know it's the commissioner's purview, but I didn't see any red flags or any.
Okay. Well, just wanted to share that with you,
Okay, so, all right, so we don't take any action on that.
that's just information, I'm just looking for any input you may have had on them, and here's what I got. Back to you, Chairman.
All right, well, we got, no old business, so we're down to park advisory actions. Park advisory board will take actions on the items heard in new and old business, so we need to vote on the first 2, right?
Yeah, adopt a park application for O.C. Brown by Kaylee.
I'd make a motion to approve the O.C. Brown application from Kaylee.
And second,
Motion made in second, adopt the park application, O.C. Brown. Discussion on that? Further discussion?
Staff fully supports it, and I really like the well thought out proposal that she gave us for this meeting today.
All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous? Disc golf proposal for Pickett Park, Steve Wright.
I can make a motion that we move forward with the disc golf proposal for Pickett Park. Is that appropriate, Mark, or do you want more detail?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Second.
Motion made in second. Further discussion?
I have some comments I'd like to make.
Yes.
Steve, I would propose we just do it right the first time and just put in the metal baskets.
Okay.
And the department will be happy to help you with that, whether it's setting the concrete, maybe you get the baskets and we set them for you where you want them. We've got this staff expertise and capacity to build the concrete forms, set them in concrete, if that's something you wanna do. And then you mentioned a range of prices on the baskets. We don't wanna go cheap. We should get something that's gonna last.
Exactly, yeah.
And so maybe that's something we can discuss offline, and maybe it's something the department can help with.
Sure,
Because we
okay.
do look to put some of these amenities in the parks. Whistler, not just the disc golf course, but we've been replacing the horseshoe pits with the cornhole.
Oh, yeah,
So adding amenities like that is something that we do, and so we'd be happy to work with you on that.
Okay.
But I would also add that you can work with Jennifer, and what I would suggest is that you do an adopt a park agreement with us.
Okay, I like that
To-
idea, yeah.
And then part of that adopt a park agreement include a map of what you're proposing and just what you're going to do responsibility wise. And then you'll formally be a part of that park and maintaining it with us. And so that's what I would suggest.
I'd love to do that, yeah, I'd love to get involved and helping out. And you know what, maybe would we need to meet again to have a proposal to put in a horseshoe pit at Pickett Park too? I mean, has that ever come up?
No one's asked for it, and
You know,
what I'm seeing in the parks is people aren't using the horseshoe pits anymore.
oh, too
Kinda
bad.
gravitated to the cornhole. But I'm not adverse to that, but put it in your adopt a park application.
Okay,
And then what you'll have to do, unfortunately, is gotta come back to this board in June with that adopt a park application and maybe a map of where you want the course to go.
Okay.
And then once we get that out of the way, we'll work directly with you to make it happen.
and I'll check, in the meantime, I'll check all my contacts and see if I can
And
get,
shake Scott's tree, he's pretty good at
oh, yeah,
donations
we,
and
we
cost sharing.
communicate regularly, you know, yeah.
Scott's been a good partner with us at Whistler. I'm sure he'll get behind you and help in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, he's been a big plus for disc golf in general, all over. He's working with our parent organization, the Professional Disc Golf Association.
Yeah.
Now he actually has a job teaching tournament directors how to be good tournament directors.
We have a motion on the floor and second, and so our director, I think, is figuring that we're gonna vote in favor of you, so we better do, all in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
Opposed? He was correct.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I do have a question. I like to go where the experts are, and everything you said, and I've heard about you, that you're an expert. So you said one thing, and certainly this is not in opposition to what our director has, because he likes to get it done right. But you said I should test it, and maybe I would change the course. I think that's a good idea. I don't think you should run down there and stomp all these things. You know what you're doing, you know the level you talked about, and you might change your mind. And you can work with our director on doing all that, but I would strongly encourage that course rather than just boom.
Some test runs, yeah, and they need it, and, yeah, I was showing some people the other day, and they grabbed their disc, I said, no, you won't need disc, well, we're designing a disc golf course. No. I put them in backwards, and they go, what? Yeah, you stand where, here's the basket, then you look out. you know, and you go, now you imagine all these shots, you got right-handers, left-handers, you got forehand, backhands, all these great. Now, I've seen enough, I can envision the flight path of that Frisbee disc coming to me. So if you move it right here, okay, that flight path's coming in here between these two trees, put it right here, you got an ace run. You put it over here, takes away the ace run. So see, there's a whole lot to it than just going out and throwing. But I like the idea. And what we could do is, right now, I just have real discreet little bitty sticks in the ground. I mean, a tiny twig with a little pink ribbon on it, you know. So we can even
Haven't been mowed over yet?
well, out there, they don't really mow that forest up there. The fawn lilies are all over there now anyway. But at any rate, I like the idea. Do a little test run and finalize those spots, because once you put these in, without the lock and collar, the locks on them, you know, they're pretty much permanent, you know.
One thing I would throw out too is build the course to favor left-handers.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
Because everything I throw slides the other way. So, you know, right-handers, which is what you consider to make it fair both ways.
Yeah,
You know?
and I do that too. I'll take a scorecard if I'm doing an 18-hole design. Hole one, I'll go R, L, or B. That's right, left, or both.
Yeah.
You know,
There you
both
go.
basically is a straight
Way
shot.
ahead of me. Way to go.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway.
Hey,
good
thank you guys,
stuff,
everybody
good
for your
stuff.
time, okay?
Take care.
I appreciate it. We'll be talking, huh?
Okay.
That's good. That's what I like.
And I don't disagree with you. He seems like he's a subject matter expert, and I was willing to just let him do it.
I just wanted to,
He's fired up, I like that.
get him
That's
going.
what you want, passion.
Yep, exactly.
Well, it's nice he was thinking about the neighboring property owners too, because, you know, Whistlers, you know, they're down in the river and all over, you know,
Right.
but when you're throwing elevated spots
You
and
could
stuff.
see, where, almost like deer going over the fence, where people are going over the fence behind a basket to get their discs.
That could be
Well, it's
the
like-
only downfall, is if you planned it wrong, in my opinion, that you're always,
Well, the backside of the Myrtle
That
Creek
maybe
Golf Course, there's, you know, that house right next to that long hole. There's balls all over in that field.
yeah.
I appreciate all your input on that. That's great. Where are we at? Citizens' questions?
We're at
Comment?
the local government grant
We missed one?
program
We
options.
did vote on the disc golf proposal, right?
We voted on the
We
disc golf. We need to vote on the grant.
Oh, the grant.
Grant,
Thank you. I don't even have a vote next to it. Okay.
I would make a motion to approve applying for grants.
which one?
The ones you suggested.
The restrooms?
Yeah, the restrooms.
Let's take care of old stuff first. before we
Yeah,
do new
I
stuff.
would recommend taking care of old stuff first.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second to repeat that for me, will you please? The motion was what? The grant to take care of the old stuff first?
Well, I'll rephrase.
Yeah.
The motion is to pursue a grant to replace 5 existing vault toilets and put a new vault toilet in at Cabot Creek.
Okay. Okay. Now we're clear on that? Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Good. Good.
The candidate review is just informational item, and so now we have citizens' questions, comments.
Okay.
Do we have any online or?
We have to go offline, so
Oh, boy,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna,
have to get that.
are we
figured out for
offline all
next
the way
meeting.
around?
No,
No.
it's on the
The
YouTube,
meeting's-
it's on
meeting's
YouTube.
It's still on YouTube, okay. Hi, Joe.
So we're into your updates?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Construction project updates, currently what I have going on right now is Stanton. Phase 1 and 2, phase 1 was the day use area, phase 2 is the upper campground. Construction's complete, and we're gonna start landscaping next week. And it should be about a 2-month project to get the upper campground and day use area completed. And we're already taking reservations for the summer. And so I'm confident we'll have that open. The lower campground is probably, we had such a dry fall, we got ahead of ourselves. It's probably 75% complete right now.
Wow.
All the underground utilities are in, the pads for the RVs are in. It's pretty much some remaining excavation and then basically a big paving job. And we're hoping to have that open by July 15th. And gonna plan on working with the existing contractor doing the landscaping above to move into the lower campground right behind the construction and get that finished. So that's current construction projects. Capital project grant activity. I'm working on getting out a prospectus for what I'm calling Whistler Bend Phase 3. A $1.7 million project. We have $850,000 of that as grant money. And that's going to redo the upper campground, convert it over to full hookup. Currently, it's not all full hookup. And we're gonna pave the upper campground as well. And with that project, we will have completely rehabilitated Whistler Bend Park.
Does that include a new septic? Wasn't there talk
Yes,
of a new septic?
yeah, and that's what, I was hoping to have this out earlier, but we had to kind of probe around and do some soil pits and figure out where we needed to put a new septic system. So, we've got
That's
that
always a
identified.
dicey proposition.
Yeah.
That's the signs and the all that stuff we're doing, the name change and all that, that's all included in that?
Yeah, we're redoing the sign out front actually, and we're working with ODOT to put more prominent signage out on Highway 138.
Right.
And so there'll be bigger signs, and we're gonna have the recreational icons underneath it.
Okay.
Because right now it just says Whistler Bend County Park, you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
And you
it's
see,
a real
you
gem
see,
too.
oh, it's Crown Jewel
Yeah.
in inland.
Yep.
And when you see tubing and boating and fishing and swimming
Yeah.
icon,
You want,
hoping we'll get more of that traffic headed to Crater Lake to just
I
turn off and
guarantee
go
it.
see it.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
You do that, you're gonna get a lot more traffic.
And so ODOT's working with us on that.
So they know there's really good bathrooms.
I was looking to do something similar on I-5 from Iowa Leader, but the interstate sign requirements are a lot higher than the state requirements. So we're gonna be able to do Whistler Bend for under $5,000. There's 2 signs in each direction. And 2 signs in each direction on I-5 highlighting Iowa Leader, $15,000 each.
Oh.
So we're not doing that.
They go by traffic count.
Well, it's just the standard, it's federal and
Yep.
big aluminum signs and the posting and it's just so, not going there.
Mark, I had a quick question for you on the signs with ODOT. I know you and I had tied in about like amenities sign for at the park entrance. Maybe I'll connect with you and see if there's any avenue to also add something like that to at least the sign going west towards Glide on the highway side, cause we don't have anything like for people that are on the highway that, hey, there's more amenities ahead, kind of thing. Does that make sense for the Glide area?
So there's 2 signs each direction and we're gonna upgrade those with icons and, kind of highlighting what's up there.
Yeah.
So,
Like the restaurants and stuff is what I'm talking about. Are we adding those to those also, or?
there's no restaurants out.
No, you mean
No,
on the
so
way to
like-
Glide, so it says
Yeah,
food
so-
ahead, fuel ahead, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
like you often
services
see, like if
4
there's a
miles.
sign directing people off, it also says like gas ahead, different things like that. Cause I think what we're finding, just through the little bit that we've been working on in the Glide area, is that people that are coming to Whistler are turning around and going back to Roseburg for necessities.
Oh, I see what
So
you're saying.
trying to drive a
Trying to direct them to
little bit
Glide.
more, yeah, so
I
you're
think
getting the
that might
pass
be
through.
more appropriate for your group to kind of approach ODOT and
Yes.
see
But
in
can I work
conjunction
with,
with what we're doing.
yes, that's what I'm like, hey, can we connect on that later? And I'll work on that, obviously from my side, but maybe in conjunction with what you're doing.
And if you reach out to, I don't know the individual we're working with ODOT, if you reach out to Jen, we can track it down for you. And then you can maybe have a similar conversation with them while they're working on our stuff.
Yeah, that way maybe we're not duplicating efforts or whatever.
Okay. Other project that's in process right now is Cooper Creek. So we let a contract out back in January for the dock construction. Those docks will be, the contract says those docks will be delivered by the end of June. And staff is gonna pull and install new docks. And I I'm just putting the prospectus together to put out the paving that'll repave the east and west boat ramp parking lots. Depending on timing, for sure we'll get the docks replaced before the summer unless we run into a delivery delay. Not so sure on the paving. If we crowd in the summer, I might wait till the fall, cause that's a very popular place and I don't want to
Shut that down.
shutting down. When we do the paving, I'll probably stagger it, so at least we keep one boat ramp open. So we
Yeah.
maintain some boat access.
Yeah, we're all gonna hear that. If you don't do that, we'll all hear it.
Yeah, I know. But there'll be some pain. We're just trying to minimize it. But that's a much needed project and I think it'll be well received by the public once it's done. And then the other one, I received an ATV grant and at the Dan Van Slyke staging area, there's currently a vault toilet. We have 5 power pedestals for vendors and events to use. And I secured a grant to extend the sewer line that currently stops at Half Moon Bay. So we're gonna extend it about 1,300 feet out towards the Dunes Rescue area. And then we'll remove the existing vault toilet and we're gonna put in a two-sided flush toilet building with an outside potable water.
Wow.
Be a nice upgrade for that park.
Yeah.
The ATV committee kind of is a little struggling with spending, $400,000 on a restroom building, but they also understood the heavy use of that park and what an improvement that would be to have, where you can use the restroom and wash your hands and have an outdoor water station.
Yeah.
It'll benefit the sheriff's department because they can piggyback off my sewer work and get their own building on a sewer system as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a side thing that they can pursue, but they'll benefit from it.
That's good.
I haven't started the design and engineering work for that yet. The building will probably be 6-month lead time. I don't have a notice to proceed yet, or actually a contract signed, a grant agreement signed by the commissioners. That's all pending. Should see the agreement the next month. So I just want to give you a heads up on that one. And so that's all my capital project grant activity, and then I got Knight OET is Oregon Equestrian Trails. And they received a $40,000 grant to clear invasive weeds and upgrade maps and signage out at the park. And we'll help them with that effort. But it was, we supported them pursuing that grant and good on them for getting it.
Yeah. Well done.
Very well.
That's all I got, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Good. Any questions on any of that? Good stuff going on. The weather really helped. We didn't have any winter, so, we'll pay for it in September and October, but it is what it is.
I do have one more.
Sure.
I have a grant submitted for the Land and Water Conservation Fund for all in Half Moon Bay expansion. The Parks Department, the county's got 23 acres of land north of Triangle Road. And we're gonna start a first of 3-phase build out of that campground. Present on the grant next month, and it's a federal grant, so it takes a while. They're not expecting decisions to be made until like next October. And I'm very confident that we'll get that grant and be able to move forward probably this time next year with a construction project out there.
Well, that's great. I mean, I like that, if we can keep getting good revenue from projects like that, it helps us better maintain the rest of the system.
Oh, absolutely. The Umpqua Dunes expansion we put in last year, our revenue's up 12% year over year, just on account of that. And good luck trying to find a spot in Umpqua Dunes this summer. July 4th sold out. Came very close to selling out a couple of months ago. And it's, if you look at the grid, the reservations, you can get some days midweek, but the weekends, forget it. So it's kind of.
This is 250 years, July 4th. No way you're gonna get a spot anywhere.
No,
They're
gotta stay home.
Yeah, they're making a big deal out of fireworks or even doubling up in most places.
And I know we as a county take some flack for spending money on the coast, but the fact of the matter is, those coastal campgrounds allow us to do all this other stuff we're doing inland.
Yep.
So it's all,
That's one of the main reasons that the parking passes and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Don't need them anymore, so.
and that we continue to be, self-funded.
Yeah, we built all these parks back in the heyday that, that us older folks grew up in when Roseburg was the timber capital of the world and we had more, a ton of money. We just don't anymore. Without that investment there to help offset the cost of the rest, we'd end up having to close parks because you just can't keep them all.
Or institute parking fees.
Yeah,
You
we
go
don't
to
want any of
Jackson, I go to Jackson County or Lane County and
Any county,
want money to use any park.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been that way for decades.
And so we're in a good place in terms of the campgrounds that we have and the demand the public has to use them.
I would comment on that and give our 3 present county commissioners high fives over that one, because they saw and it came before the board. Time flies, I don't know how long ago this came up, do we acquire the Coastal Park or don't we? We discussed it and we approved of it and they jumped on it. And I mean, when you see gold, you gotta get it. And when you have a dream and a vision, they had it and they did it, so it's nice being on an advisory board where the commissioners listen, number one, and take action, number two, and you got a director in the middle that helps push things along, get it done, so when all the stars are lined up, you better enjoy them.
Yep.
And we've been enjoying it, and I think we're going to for, as far as I can see,
Well, it's
Anyway.
someone that, intimately knows the numbers and revenue and expenses. I can say unequivocally, the purchase of Discovery Point really set the department up for success.
absolutely.
It's a big driver behind what we're able to do.
I've said it
today.
before, but they got that for 60 cents on the dollar, and it was on the market for over a year, so we didn't compete with private enterprise, it was on the market. And when it came before us, all I did was run some numbers, and I jumped up off the table and grabbed the commissioner no, I didn't go that far, but almost went that far. I mean, sometimes you see things that other people don't see. And that's what I just said, they took it, they did something with it, and that's carrying the ball for the whole darn thing. And so all this other stuff I hear you're doing, just keep on smiling, Middle-aged people like me enjoy those parks.
Well, it's nice to see the customer response to what we do over there.
What?
It's nice to see the customer response. I mean, we had in 26 new sites at Umpqua Dunes last year, and it was pretty much full the day we finished construction.
And we did all that with Dune Fest going away.
Correct.
That's a win-win-win. I don't know what else to say. Crime rate, I can go on forever. Crime rate in the first, 3 or 6 months we interviewed the deputies over there, dropped by over 50%. 50% drop in crime in that area, once the county started their projects and did what they had to do. That's phenomenal.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, unbelievable, that's just one point. I'll go on for all day long, anyway, good stuff. So we are down to what? Park comments, board comments, that's where we're at. I'm sorry I jumped the gun on that, didn't I? So the comments, yeah, please.
I have a question, Mark. And this has probably been covered at some point and I just have forgotten. But what is our marketing and advertising, or who's handling that for our parks?
Jody on the coast. And the Parks Department transfers some money annually to help fund Jody's position. And so when she's out doing the sportsman shows, she's promoting Winchester Bay, she's promoting not just Salmon Harbor, which is a different crowd than the ATV community, but she does a really good job. And also attracting and working with event holders. So we have UTV Takeover, I think under a 3-year agreement right now. So they've got some certainty they can come back every year, and they had a very successful event last year. And she brought in a Goons in the Dunes. They had a very successful 4-day weekend last month, and so she's the go-to person to bring those events in. And as I see different groups, I'll pass them on to her to look at.
And that's for all the coast stuff, right? But what about for like all the rest of the county parks? Do we have like a marketing or advertising campaign?
We don't.
So that was my question. Is because I am through a feasibility study I'm doing, that's one of the things they keep asking me is what is the marketing currently for the county park system and different stuff, because we have the county park so close to us and I didn't know. I was like, I'm not sure if we have one.
No, we
so.
really don't, make a strong effort to consciously market Whistler's Bend, for example. There's maybe some opportunity out there, although I think the disc golf community pretty much markets that for us through word of mouth. And the signage on the highway, that's kind of my idea to try and market and push it.
I'll talk to you about it more outside of this too, but I'm looking at, there's a possibility I might have grant funding available, but it would be for advertising for a county park, so maybe we'll look at that and see if it's something that like we just do a pass through or something to promote some advertising for the entire county park system.
Let's make sure we have the Zoom Teams meeting thing figured out for next time, because I've gotten a phone call asking us to turn it back on. I'm not sure what the technical difficulties are,
I got
but
told to turn it off.
yeah, so just
Great
we'll wanna make sure we
feedback.
get that next time.
And I'm not sure what changed, but Jen and I'll work on
Yeah,
And you're
Tamara.
saying to go through Teams, so we'll just start putting that on the bottom of the agenda instead of the Zoom, cause it's the first we heard of it, so
just wanted to get that on.
we'll get it
It
figured out.
was available on YouTube, but that doesn't provide you an opportunity to.
Yeah, for the folks watching, apologize for technical difficulties, we'll get it straightened out for next time.
Thank you, Phil.
Is Troy no longer on the board now?
He is, and he was gonna try and, he's back east somewhere, and he was gonna try and zoom in, but he didn't.
I just was
sign on.
curious, I knew we had two positions open, I couldn't remember how many we started with, so.
He's still a member as far as I'm concerned, just couldn't make it today.
Okay.
I think his job has him traveling.
Yeah, he's spends a lot of time in Indianapolis, I think, traveling around. He's a wheeler dealer now.
That was nice too, that the commissioner put about the parks, gave you high marks in with their, what is it, a weekly thing they do it, right, weekly?
I haven't seen it.
I don't think
They
it's weekly.
they post weekly so that people know what's going on in the county, and it was like a month ago, I should have kept it, but it was public parks and talked about just what we're talking about, and that went out to the public, went in the newspaper, went online, went everywhere, and talked about the parks. Give you high marks, you need to read that.
Never saw it.
So anyway, it was very well done, very well done. Whoever writes those things, very well done. So anyway, that was good stuff. It follows along with what Gina's saying about promotions and letting the public be aware of it. Are we
Well,
done?
the timing might be right on those promotions, as we get Stanton done, we got Whistler Bend done, and, I think I'm not going there as far as signage on I-5 from Iowa Leader, but we could do a better job promoting Iowa Leader and what's up there.
Yeah, they were social,
Like the
the
Travel
county's
Southern
social media
Oregon.
person.
Yeah, travel Southern Oregon,
Yeah,
different places
exactly.
like that, like maybe just capitalize on all the work that's been done over the last few years.
And it might be something, I can talk to Commissioner Boyce and see if I can get some of Jody's help on that. She's a social media guru.
There you go.
Right, yeah, it's just somebody with the
Maybe
time.
spend a little bit of time
She
promoting Whistler or
She posts at least once a week. I saw it yesterday. Jody was out in the dunes with her four-wheeler and talking all about what's going on and the sand, and there's no wind and the mornings are beautiful.
Yeah.
Come on over and enjoy
trying to
our
get
park.
people over in the off
It's
season.
right there.
Coasties like myself know some of the best weather is in the middle of
Yeah.
winter.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
got the dunes all to yourself and the sand's firm.
We have territory in Gardner, Reedsport, and 10 Mile Lake. When I get the opportunity to go over there, I always do, because it's generally nicer over there than it is here.
It's foggy here in the
You
winter.
get out of the valley, it's
usually
gorgeous
sunny
over there.
on the
Yeah.
coast.
Oh, yeah, September is my favorite time at the coast, no wind, no nothing.
Yeah.
If it's hot here, you get wind on both sides, cause it's inversions.
Yeah.
But when it's not, it's beautiful.
If you get, one thing that might help too is regional chambers maybe getting more aware of parks to draw to the local businesses and stuff too. You know, notifying them, just, you know, shoot your social media marketing person or communications person, just say, hey, just so you guys are aware, we're reopening Whistler's, or we're redoing Whistler's, or we're reopening Stanton, we're doing whatever we're doing. Sort of throwing that out there because, you know, Roseburg's different, it's Roseburg, it's in the middle of town, but, you know, all of our parks are not in Roseburg.
We probably do, and I've never noticed, do we do like a newsletter from the Parks Department?
No.
Our newsletter is the bane of my existence, let me tell you right now, I'm suggesting something that I hate with a passion, but it's been a really easy way for us to push a lot of marketing and information out to everyone on our mailing list. Cause I was thinking, like, I know we have Whistlers listed on the Sasquatch Festival and everything else as amenities near us. Because we've got people already calling us, like, where can I stay, where can I put an RV, all this stuff. But I was thinking, like, we would tie that into our social media and promote that, and like just the Sasquatch Festival itself, as we get closer, we have 13 to 15,000 people a day looking at anything we put out. I mean, that's a pretty big impact considering we have people coming from all over the US and now the United Kingdom this year, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Good.
People are very passionate about this.
You're not gonna be jumping too quick on this probably, but you guys will be working together, cause one thing this time of year, election year, people get inundated with everything, so be careful about pushing into the promotions between now and May, cause it's like click, 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 you know, so probably wanna wait till after the primary if you're gonna start that.
We call it
Just a
sign
thought.
season, it's sign season.
Oh, sign season, what I'm
Sign
talking
season's
about.
here, yeah, it's sign season.
Signs everywhere,
It's coming up.
we don't wanna compete with that, let that go and, yeah. That's just good stuff,
Come
you
back
guys
to
are good
life.
stuff. Good stuff, Gina. Everybody,
Adding
To
more.
adjourn.
Mr. Ferber, we've saved the best for last.
Oh, yeah.
What's on your mind?
I don't have much.
What's going on out there? Anything? All good?
All good.
Okay, well, then we're gonna end it with Mr. Ferber saying it's all good, we're adjourned.
Thank you, thank you.
Good.